do some driving on some roundabouts that I'm hoping it's going to be busy for you, with lots of traffic, either standing ahead of me or on the roundabout itself, to give us some idea of what you should be doing. So we're going to go in left at this first roundabout, centre mirror left, signalling, slowing down from 4th gear down to 2nd, checking to my right and going left, checking to the right. There's a gap after this grey car. I'm going to filter in behind it, letting a gap develop at the same time as I filter in. And I'm following the road ahead for the next few roundabouts. And remember, it's fairly busy out there. So even though I might be going fast, I'm going to be slowing down for the problems at the same time. I'm going to slow down for the roundabout. So I'm in 5th gear, doing 50 mile an hour. I'm not going to do 60 or 65 because the roundabout's not far away and the traffic's flowing at this speed. And it looks fairly busy on the roundabout. So I'm slowing myself down, checking what's behind me. There's a car on the right, white one or silver, catching up with me. I'm slowing myself down. I'm in 3rd gear at the moment, middle lane to go ahead on the approach. Keep an eye on the guy in front of me. Car's on the right, and then I'm off the brake, and I'm off. Checking my mirror to the left, signalling to come off. Building my speed back up. Back to 3rd gear, cancel the signal, checking the mirrors. That guy on the right's still there, but he's going to go right now, so he's out of my way. But there's a guy behind me. And this is what you've got to remember. When you're in busy traffic, remember what you want to do, which is how to drive, and be aware of the cars around you. Like the car behind me is pulling out, is overtaking me on the right. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. He pulled out pretty well then. You know, I don't think he's going to come back in because there's no point really, because he's catching up. The car ahead of us is pulling out in front of him. Maybe a brake's causing him. So there's all these things crop up. Ahead of us is the roundabout, and we're going to go ahead. Looks like there's a little queue there. There's a sharp bend on the roundabout to the sign. So I'm slowing myself down, checking what's happening at the same time, and not rushing, because it looks like there's a bit more traffic here. The car who's overtook me a minute ago, I'm overtaking them now. So you got to say to yourself, if you're going to overtake someone, is it worth it? Sometimes you think it isn't, it might not be. So I'm keeping a safe gap from this truck in front of me, a heavy goods vehicle, so that they can see me through the mirrors. If I get too close, they're not going to see me. And I'm checking what's happening on the right. It's definitely a sharp bend on the roundabout. I'm slowing myself down for 1st gear, get up to the white line, I can see what's going on then. And I'm not on the brake, I'm on the gas and clutch and just holding to wait. Waiting for the safe gap. Waiting for the safe gap. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. And this is the thing, is you've got to keep waiting. Now, because we're waiting a while, I'm going to put the handbrake on, get off the gas. Gas biting point, and I'm off. Looking what's going on around me. Coming across, mirror signal to come off. And then building my speed up, cancel my signal, 3rd gear I'm in, 4th gear I'm in, get up and speeds pretty quickly. And I'm going to do a right turn at the roundabout, checking my mirrors, signalling, checking the blind spot next to me, or parrot checker, sometimes call it. And I'm not rushing. I'm just going to take that 3rd exit. It looks fairly busy again, so I'm slowing myself down, expecting to give way. There's a heavy goods vehicle on the right, so I've got to be careful for that one. Don't want him cutting into my lane. Checking, and I'm off before the car gets out, before the heavy goods vehicle at the same time. And I'm following it round. And then when I'm going to come off here, I'm going to tuck myself in, mirrors to the left, signal, come across to the left. So I've done a little U-turn then to go back to the busy traffic. Because I'm trying to give you guys an idea of busy traffic, what sort of things I would do, what sort of things you should be doing. I'm going to go ahead of the roundabout, and I can see there's traffic. In fact, we'll go left, because when we come back to it, we're going to use a hill start at the same time. We're going to go left at the roundabout, and there's a bit of traffic ahead of me again. I'm just going to clear that front window. It's getting a bit mucky. And we're slowing ourselves down, checking them mirrors again, keeping the gap from the car in front of me or the truck. It's quite important not to get too close, because if they're a car or a truck and they need to reverse, especially a truck, it might not see you. If it's a car, they might roll backwards. So keep a little bit of a safe gap from the car in front of you or the vehicle. And I'm using first gear, a little bit of gas, a little bit of clutch, and just crawling forward in traffic. Looks quite fairly busy on the roundabout, which is fine. That's not worrying me too much. And the thing about when you do rush hour traffic, they call it rush hour, but you're actually traveling along very slowly and all of a sudden you speed back up. So it's being aware of your surroundings, what's ahead of you, what's behind you, what's at the side of you. We're going to go left. I'm going to start thinking about putting the signal on now because I didn't want to put it on too early because of the traffic that I was in, the queue of traffic. Got a little bit close then to that truck, but that's life, and you've got to keep your foot on the brake at that point and let the truck pull off. Waiting for the safe gap. That gap develop. Mirrors to the left, signal to the left, checking to the right. Oh, gap straight away, so I'm off. And then building my speed up, come out the bend, third gear straight away. Pop in fourth gear, building that speed up, fifth gear, and I'm off. And I'm back up to 45, 50 straight away, pretty quickly. Oh, as much as fell over there, that's fine. So ahead of us, quite a bit of traffic still, which is fine. Like I keep saying, it's rush hour, but at the same time, you're going to do a lot of slowing down in queues of traffic. And you've got to be quite good at your clutch control, quite good at gear selection, because you might not need second, you might have to use first a lot. And we're going to be following the road ahead, second exit, so I'm slowing myself down. Obviously, I've checked my mirrors at that point. I'm not signalling because I'm not going left or right. I'm slowing down for second. There's my second gear. Covering my brake. Looking what's happening on the right. There's a car coming across, so I'm slowing down for that one. Pop it in first gear. Checking to the right. Off the brake. A little bit of clutch. A little bit of gas. Checking the mirrors. Signalling to come off. And the green Mini, you know, that's fine. He's in a rush to get across. That's what you're going to expect. He was in the right lane of the roundabout. At least he's indicated, telling you what he wants to do. Some people don't even do that sometimes. But that's the thing is, when you're in busy traffic, expect sometimes cars to be in the wrong lanes and they want to get into your lane or cross into the left lane like that green Mini did then. So don't be surprised if some cars try and force a way across. If they're starting to come across, just let them get out of your way. Don't try and think, it's my lane, I'm going to speed up, because it'll be a problem. And then lights are on red, gotta wait. I've got three cars in front of me. I'm in first gear, it's important, make sure you've got the gear selected. And just take your time, let a gap develop. Because you never know, the car at the front, the lights might stall. And back to third gear, lights ahead of me are on red. So if you're enjoying what I'm doing in busy traffic and you want to see more of that, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, click on the subscribe button and we'll carry on. And we're going to go through a little complicated, tricky, busy area in the next minute. And I've gone handbrake neutral while I'm waiting with the lights on red, because I don't need to get it in gear at this point, because there's two cars in front of me, and when it goes to handbar, I'll put it in gear then. So I'm not rushing at that point. I don't need to rush. There you go, into gear, gas, biting point, handbrake off, and just take your time. I don't need to rush off because I want to make sure that car in front of me pulls away sooner or develops a gap. We're going to follow the road ahead at the roundabout, taking the second exit. Quite a big roundabout. Quite a bit of traffic on my right. I can see in the lane markings there. Keep an eye on that guy in the next to me on there. Quite a big car. I'm in the middle lane on the approach, but I'm going to go to the left on the roundabout. Selecting first gear. Keep an eye on him. A little bit of clutch, a little bit of gas. Check to the right, cover the brake. And slowing down at the white line. Quite important, get to the white line so you can see what's coming on your right. Mirrors to the left, signal to the left, taking my time, sticking to my lane. and carrying on. So at the roundabout, we're going to do a right U-turn. So I'm slowing myself down for a lower gear, checking my mirrors, centre right, signalling, keeping an eye on that truck, see what he's up to there. Oh, he's going straight on. Now, because you're going to do a U-turn, you've got to be a little bit careful, because cars might not expect it. Is that van going to pull out? No, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to take my time on the U-turn so people can see me. You can see you coming, but if you go around that fast on a U-turn, you could possibly catch the car out on your immediate right, not expecting it. So be careful when you do U-turns that people can see you coming. Show the signal, take your time a bit. We're going to go ahead, another queue of traffic again, which is fine. You know, if you worry about queues of traffic, then you really need to get in there and get practicing more. And I can see this, we're on a dual lane at the moment, so there's possibly going to be 3 lanes at the roundabout. I'll let that person out. It's funny then that she were eating now. There's a highway code rule about eating while you're driving. Does anyone know where it is? If you do, put it in the comments below. So we're going to use the middle lane to go ahead. Pop it in first. There's a white car coming around fast. In fact, it's 2 white cars. Now while I'm waiting, gas, biting point, a blue car coming fast. So I'm waiting patiently. I'm holding the clutch with the gas on and I'm off. See that car on our left end shot round? That's fine. You're going to get people doing things in the wrong lane all the time. You've just got to be wary of them. And I'm coming off here. And then we're following the road. Lights are on green. They might change, so keep an eye on them. I'm not going to go too fast. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to follow the road ahead. And we're coming to a roundabout. Before that, lights again, they're on green, they might change again. So I'm checking what's happening behind me. Keep an eye on the lights. That's fine. At the roundabout, we're going to take the second exit to go ahead. So we're in the correct lane at the moment. And we're slowing down for the roundabout. It looks busy on the right. That truck might be helping me here. Yeah, definitely helping me. Stopping all the traffic coming around. Mirrors to the left, signal telling everyone we're coming off. And then we're off. 3rd gear, building my speed up. 4th gear, building my speed up. 5th gear, and I'm off. So it's quite important on a fast road. If it's flowing, flow with it. Don't drive really slow because you're encouraging cars to overtake you. And if it was your driving test and you're going too slow, you're going to pick up faults for appropriate speed. You'd be surprised you can fail for going slow. At the same time, you'll fail for going over the speed limit, so don't do that either. You've got to get to what's appropriate. And if you're not sure what appropriate is, I'll just put a link at the top there and in the description below of a video on appropriate speeds. So we're coming to a roundabout and we're going to follow the road ahead. I can see at the top hill there's already quite a few cars waiting there. The right lane's going right, see the arrows on the ground. This left lane looks like it's going to divide into 2 because there's arrows saying ahead or left. I'm slowing myself down, dropping to 1st gear at this point because I'm slowing right down for the hills and taking my time. And there's no rush. That's what you got to keep saying, no rush. Cars changing lanes then ahead of us. I'm checking to the right, slowing down for the grey car, the blue car following him. 1st gear, waiting. And that's what I've got to remember. I'll wait for the safe gap. It's quite fairly busy, so I'm off the brake, on the gas, with the biting point kind of in 1st gear, just holding it. It's one of them roundabouts where you got to get out pretty quickly. It's fairly busy. comes. So the thing is there, I was waiting, I don't know, about a minute, maybe less. It's hard to tell. I'm sure you can tell me on the video at a point. But I waited, ready. Some people use the handbrake, some people sit on the brake. If it's really busy, I'd be on the gas and clutch, ready to go. Save yourself that split second to get out quicker. But that's just my opinion on it. Everyone's got their own opinion on things like that. If it's on a really steep hill, handbrake will be on. If you've liked the video, by the way, and you found it interesting how I travel on roundabouts and busy traffic, then fine, fantastic. Watch out for the next video next time. Take care, everybody.